Hi, I'm Brett Johnson with Public Company Reports. Today we are with Larry Birch. Larry is the Chief Executive of NeoPharm, a Chicago-based biotechnology company. Larry, thanks for joining us. So tell us, what's happening with NeoPharm these days?
Well, thank you, Brett. I appreciate being here. NeoPharm has had a very, very good year. As you know, we have been predominantly a cancer research company with a variety of drugs in various clinical stages, and we also have introduced a new drug that we are moving quickly into a phase 1 trial for pulmonary fibrosis. Let me talk about all of them. We've partnered with the National Institute of Health, NIH, to run a trial on arsenic and pseudotox for adult brain cancers, which will be beginning sometime early next year. All funded through NIH with the use of our drug, which is very exciting and very important for a small biotech company. We also have advanced our liposomal drugs. Our liposomal paclitaxel drug, we have completed the first half of our phase 2 trial in India with very good results. And in fact, when that trial is completed, hopefully early next year, the data will be robust enough, and if present trends continue, it could be very, very good. We will have an indication that we can begin marketing, at least outside the United States, just with the phase 2 trial for metastatic breast cancer.
So you're developing a drug for breast cancer?
Correct, yeah. And we think that assuming that we can do what we need to do outside the United States, we can then bring the drug into the United States for a phase 3 trial.
Now, there's probably a big market internationally for this drug as well, I assume, no?
There is. We think that the market outside the United States, for all those countries outside of the United States and Europe, is probably could be as high as $200 million of a market. If we get approval in the United States in the future, maybe 2 to 3 times that. We're the only company that has an activated drug related to paclitaxel through a liposomal formulation that has gotten this far. So we're very highly encouraged. Now, we also have a liposomal encapsulated docetaxel drug, which we have just completed a phase 1 trial, and we are in the planning stages of a phase 2 trial for both, and in fact we're going to do 2 indications, prostate and pancreatic cancer. I expect that trial to begin early next year. And then our 4th drug is IL-13, interleukin-13, PE38, for the treatment of pulmonary fibrosis, currently incurable, currently with the standard of care being basically putting people on oxygen and a slow death through suffocation. Our drug works to reverse the effects of pulmonary fibrosis in the human body. We are in the process right now of putting a protocol together and to file an IND with the FDA to begin a phase 1 trial very, very soon. And we hope to be working with some of the larger academic research institutions in this country that are focusing on pulmonary disease.
That sounds very exciting. Give me a quick overview of how you got involved in the business and some of the things you did to kind of get this thing going in the right direction.
Well, NeoPharm, as I just alluded to, had been in the process of completing a phase 3 trial for glioblastoma, the disease that Senator Kennedy died from. The company had dedicated itself to this one drug, and it was shooting for the moon on this. And when that trial failed, the company was adrift. I was brought in to restructure the company and try and identify a pathway forward. And what we did was we did the following. We said we need to stay in regulatory compliance. Job 2 was to very quickly lower our cost structure. We had several hundred people doing a variety of things. So we lowered our cash consumption levels so that we would have cash well into 2010. We also brought back one of our founders, Dr. Akil Rahman, who's our Chief Scientific Officer now, to evaluate our portfolio of drugs. The company right now has over 100 patents. We identified the drugs that I just mentioned as being the drugs that had the shortest time path to commercialization. He's led our efforts hiring CROs, contract research organizations, and developing protocols and managing the clinical trials so we can get where we are at today. And my view is that any one of these drugs moves into commercialization, and we will see some very, very positive valuation for the company. And part of being a research company is the act of discovery, and that's where we're at today, and it's a very exciting time for us.
Terrific. Any takeaways for prospective investors in NeoPharm?
We have, we've hedged our bets to a great extent in terms of looking at a variety of different drugs. We're not afraid to kill a drug. If a drug isn't working, we're not going to spend any more money on it. That's pretty unique, and investors need to know that that's our commitment. We also think that, from my view, when the company did have a significantly higher market cap with no drug, and now we do have so many drugs that are moving, especially in phase 2 and quite soon a phase 3, there's plenty of opportunity. I have 20 people on the team today, and everything else is outsourced. Only 3, maybe 4 of those people are non-scientists. My commitment is to take every dollar I possibly can and put it into the science, and so we are as lean as any company I think can be.
Larry, thanks very much for joining us. Congratulations with the progress with NeoPharm. We're with Larry Birch, Chief Executive of NeoPharm.